Good evening. I'm Dr. Jennifer Platt, co-founder of Tick-Borne Conditions United, and tonight Beth Carrison, also co-founder, and I are going to have a quick chat with Dr. Tina Merritt. She is our board chair, and she also has alpha-gal syndrome, and we just wanted to take the opportunity to get some of the latest and greatest information on the vaccines, I should say, that are out there now, and what we know about what they contain and safety, and what's happening in the arena of reactions with the vaccine.
Thank you very much. I know there are a lot of questions about the COVID vaccine in relation to patients who have allergy to alpha-gal. And I've contacted Pfizer, and they were kind enough to send me some sheets that have different things that aren't necessarily in the package insert. In particular, on the initial production of the Pfizer vaccine, there is a milk derivative of some sort. It doesn't say if it's lactose or a protein, but it does say they use a milk derivative, and that they don't believe that it's still in the vaccine. So it's on the early processing side. And I asked why they didn't declare it as an allergen, and they said because I guess it's not present. If it was lactose, there is a chance maybe that it could be broken into galactose, which alpha-gal is short for galactose. I've been trying to find if there's the alpha-gal structure on the vaccine, and I don't find that anywhere. And I've consulted with some other allergists, and it appears that they think that the reactions are to something called PEG, polyethylene glycol. And the polyethylene glycol is not from a mammal source, because sometimes it could be. It's similar to glycerin. So they said it's not from a mammal source. They did say that they're using different distributors, though, for some of their ingredients because of the mass production. So there is a possibility maybe that there could be some small amounts of mammal product, but there's no declared mammal products in the vaccine. And then on the Moderna vaccine, it also contains the polyethylene glycol. And I believe as of 2 days ago, there was one report of an allergic reaction to the Moderna vaccine. And that was a doctor who had a seafood allergy. And he had to use his own EpiPen, is my understanding from what I read in the news. But I don't know if he was tested for other allergens besides the seafood. And there's not an easy test that I can find for the polyethylene glycol. So if someone did have antibodies to it, I don't think there's an easy test like you can just order it at a regular laboratory. So I will contact some friends of mine at other labs and see if there's an easy test to order for that. Until then, if someone does have a history of severe reactions and they do still want to have the vaccine, it may be prudent to go ahead and pre-medicate. And if you're allergic to alpha-gal, you may be allergic to the binder in prednisone. And so prednisone pills usually have some magnesium stearate. So if you were sensitive to that, which can be from mammal, you may want to do a liquid steroid like prednisolone. And I usually recommend 30 milligrams 1 hour before the vaccine. That would be 2 teaspoons if it has 15 milligrams per teaspoon. So 2 teaspoons an hour before. If there really is a strong history of allergic reactions, it may be prudent to do the first dose 12 hours before the vaccine, and then 1 hour before the vaccine as well. And then some people do Benadryl as a pre-medication. I usually do 25 milligrams because if you do 50 milligrams, it's probably going to make you so sedated they won't know if you're having a reaction. So I usually do 25 milligrams. But people that are allergic to alpha-gal may have to do specific forms of Benadryl, like a Unisom sleep melt or a ZQuil liquid, or there's some generic liquid Benadryls that don't have mammal products. So it'd be a good idea to check and make sure that your Benadryl is vegan. And then with the vaccine, I personally did take it, and I also have alpha-gal allergy. And I just had a mild sore arm for a day or two. It wasn't bad. I did pre-medicate with some steroid liquid, and I did pre-medicate with some Benadryl as Unisom sleep melt. And other than being sleepy from the Benadryl, I didn't have any adverse effects from the vaccine.
That's wonderful. Thank you. That gives a lot of reassurance, I know, to a lot of us with alpha-gal. Like Jennifer said, I was also diagnosed with alpha-gal syndrome, and I know that was the first concern I had when I heard, about the pandemic and the vaccine being created. It was, will I be able to take this? And, how is there something that I can counter a potential reaction? So, I would have a question for you. So you talk about pre-medicating, hours before. What about once you have the vaccine? Should you stay on with the alpha-gal having a longer reaction time potential, up to 10 hours? Should they
So
a day or two, or?
they're usually looking for an immediate reaction. So they did ask me to stay for 30 minutes. And usually if you're worried about an immediate reaction, you wait for 20 to 30 minutes after a vaccine. And so I did wait the 30 minutes, and then I did have my EpiPen just in case, but I didn't have any problems. And the next day I didn't do a delayed reaction. So everything was fine. And then on the Moderna reaction, my understanding was that doctor did have an immediate reaction.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Thank you. And so for patients looking to, opt in for the vaccine and they have alpha-gal syndrome and they're having this conversation with their doctor, do you feel like that they would get the vaccine strictly through their primary physician, or would they be able to go to their allergist for a little bit more specific guidance?
Well, I recommend doing it in a medical facility. I know that a lot of pharmacies are offering the vaccine, but if you have a history of allergies, I'd recommend doing it in a medical facility just in case there was a problem. You'd want to have people that had the right equipment available in case you needed to get treated.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Thank you. I don't know. Do you have any
That's
other
great information. And as of right now, we are not aware of anybody with alpha-gal that has taken the vaccine and had a reaction. So we're continuing to keep close tabs on that, and we'll be updating all of our colleagues and friends on the information as we are able to get the newest information on what's going on.
And also, if someone did have COVID and had alpha-gal allergy, there's a monoclonal antibody that was also released for emergency use. And the one that's made by Eli Lilly, that company has assured me that it does not contain mammal products. It's grown in a cell line, but it is not mammal products in that. So that's reassuring. If someone did need the monoclonal antibody, they would need to get it within 10 days of having COVID symptoms.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah, and we have some information from a previous webinar with you talking about the supportive medications and alpha-gal syndrome. And so we'll make sure that that information is included in that as well, so that people can download that for free and have that as support should they become ill with COVID. So
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Dr. Merritt. We really appreciate your time and keeping us up to date and paving the way. Everybody was rooting for you, and we're really grateful for you for everything you've done.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
And